In a world where appearances often deceive, Sarah Thompson's decision shattered the illusion of suburban perfection. This is the extraordinary tale of a mother of three who vanished without a trace, leaving behind a mystery that would captivate a nation and challenge the deepest assumptions about family, identity, and the American dream. Maple Grove was a suburb where white picket fences lined manicured lawns, and the laughter of children echoed through tree-lined streets. It was here, on a crisp autumn morning, that Sarah Thompson kissed her children goodbye and walked out of their lives forever. The morning had started like any other: breakfast dishes in the sink, backpacks by the door, and the familiar chaos of getting three children ready for school. Her husband Tom never saw it coming. One minute they were discussing weekend plans, the next she was gone. Just gone. The evening before, they had sat together on their back porch, planning a family trip to Disney World. Tom had noticed Sarah seemed distracted, but he attributed it to the usual stress of managing their busy household. Sarah Thompson, 35, seemed to have it all: a loving husband, three beautiful children, and a comfortable life in an affluent community. But beneath the surface of this picture-perfect existence, a storm was brewing, one that had been gathering strength for years. Her best friend Jessica would later recall there were signs. The way Sarah's smile never quite reached her eyes, how she would zone out during conversations. It was like she was drowning, and none of them could see it. During their weekly coffee meetings, Sarah would often stare into the distance, her thoughts seemingly miles away from their suburban setting. Jessica had attributed it to exhaustion from managing three active children, but later she would recognize these moments as silent cries for help. As days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, the truth began to emerge. Sarah Thompson hadn't just left. She had completely reinvented herself in a way that would shock her family, friends, and an entire nation. The investigation revealed a woman who had meticulously planned her escape, leaving no detail to chance. Sarah had met Tom Thompson in college during their junior year at State University. They were the golden couple, ambitious, attractive, and deeply in love. Their courtship had been a whirlwind of romantic gestures and shared dreams. They married young, had their first child by 25, and quickly added two more to their growing family. Tom believed they had it all planned out: the house, the kids, the careers. It was the life they both dreamed of, or at least the life he thought they both dreamed of. But dreams, as Sarah would discover, can sometimes become cages. Dr. Emily Chen, a psychologist specializing in women's mental health, explained that many women find themselves trapped in a life that looks perfect on the outside, but feels empty on the inside. The pressure to maintain this facade can be overwhelming, particularly in affluent communities where appearance and social status carry such weight. The constant need to project perfection can slowly erode a person's sense of self. As Sarah's children grew, so did her sense of unease. She threw herself into volunteering, became PTA president, organized charity events, anything to fill the void she felt growing inside. The more involved she became in community activities, the more distant she seemed to grow from her own desires and identity. The turning point came on a Tuesday afternoon in September. Sarah was folding laundry, surrounded by the noise of her children playing, when she received a call from her old college roommate, Alexis. While matching socks and folding tiny t-shirts, she listened to tales of adventure and independence. The conversation about Alexis's solo trip and the feeling of freedom it brought sparked something in Sarah. For the next 2 weeks, Sarah went through the motions of her daily life while secretly preparing for her departure. On her final morning, she left a note that would shatter her family's world. The brevity of her goodbye stood in stark contrast to the complexity of emotions it would trigger. The investigation revealed a pattern that spoke of years of careful planning. Credit card receipts, eyewitness accounts, and CCTV footage painted a picture of a woman who had been methodically preparing for her escape. Detective Reeves discovered she'd been planning this for years, squirreling away money from household accounts, researching identity change techniques, even taking self-defense classes at a gym across town. The breakthrough in the case came from an unexpected source. A chance encounter in a Las Vegas casino would blow the case wide open. Mike Lawson, working casino security for 15 years, couldn't believe his eyes when he saw her dealing cards at the high-stakes table. But she wasn't Sarah Thompson anymore. She'd become Scarlett James, a confident, sophisticated casino dealer with a mysterious past and a talent for reading people. As news of Sarah's new life broke, it sparked a national debate that played out across morning shows, social media, and countless dinner-table conversations. Some condemned her actions, calling her selfish and irresponsible, a woman who had abandoned her sacred duty as a mother. Others saw her as a symbol of rebellion against societal expectations, a woman brave enough to break free from the golden handcuffs of suburban life. As months turned into years, Sarah's new life as Scarlett James flourished in ways she never imagined possible. She rose through the ranks at the casino, eventually becoming a pit boss, respected for her sharp instincts and unwavering composure. She traveled to places she'd only dreamed of, wrote short stories that captured the complexity of freedom and identity, and even found love again, a different kind of love, one born of choice rather than expectation. 3 years after her disappearance, she made a decision that would once again upend multiple lives. She reached out to Tom, whose reaction was a complex mixture of anger, relief, confusion, and hope. The phone call lasted hours, filled with tears, accusations, explanations, and finally, a tentative understanding. Today, Sarah splits her time between her life as Scarlett in Las Vegas and carefully supervised visits with her children in Maple Grove. It's an unconventional arrangement that continues to raise eyebrows and spark debates in both communities. The children, now older and beginning to understand the complexity of adult decisions, are slowly building a new relationship with their mother. Looking back, she acknowledges that if she could do things differently, she would have found a way to be honest sooner, to seek help before reaching her breaking point. But she can't change the past. All she can do is try to be honest now, with herself, with her family, and with the world. That's true freedom, she's learned, not the absence of responsibility, but the presence of authenticity. Her journey continues to challenge societal assumptions about the perfect life and the toll it can take on the human spirit. It forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about marriage, motherhood, and personal identity in modern America. The story of Sarah Thompson turned Scarlett James remains a powerful reminder that beneath the polished surface of suburban perfection, complex human struggles persist, and sometimes the most shocking decisions come from the most understandable places. If you found value in this story and want to explore more thought-provoking content like this, don't forget to subscribe to TrueSpark. By hitting that subscribe button, you'll ensure you never miss out on our latest videos that aim to inspire, educate, and spark meaningful discussions. And if you believe this story could help or inspire someone you know, please take a moment to share this video. Your share could be the spark that ignites positive change in someone else's life.